Bristol, Tennessee. Here's the Bristol Motor Speedway, the final race of quarter number 1, the Stampede Racing League Season 1, race number 9, the final race of the quarter. And we're here at the half-mile high bank short track of Bristol Motor Speed. Half-mile high bank short track of Bristol Motor Speedway, as currently qualifying currently underway, as we have a few drivers on the racetrack, and got a couple already set a lap time, as Josh Adams currently on top of the board with a 14.311. As there's Christian Surratt running some practice laps. Actually, it's not Christian Surratt, sorry, I was looking at him myself. There's a 35 machine there. No, it is Christian Surratt, sorry. My paint schemes are not loaded. But Christian Surratt just wrecks it off of turn 4 there, so he currently sits P number 5 on the board with a 14.444. As we have 4. Wait, what? Welcome back here to Bristol. Sorry with the few technical difficulties there, but currently as qualifying still just wrapping up, as we do have 2 drivers, actually no, only 1 driver yet to set a lap, as 2 drivers yet to set a lap, but 1 is not in the session, and the last one is Donnie Kite, currently sitting on pit road, but Josh Arnold currently on the top of the board with a 14.306. Josh Arnold, we talked at the end of last week, he was one that needed a good night tonight to pick up the quarter 1 championship. But Donnie Kite now on the racetrack. Can he take the pull away from the 22 machine of Josh Arnold? Let's see what Donnie Kite can do, what lane he will run. He sets up his first lap, gets the good arc down into turn number 1 and 2, rides that yellow line there through the 1 and 2. Gonna take off, we're gonna rocket off turn number 2, down into 3 and 4. Gonna stick to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for his first lap. He's not gonna set up for a second. Is off of turn number 4. His first lap, 14, 4, 5, 6, puts him P number 7. And now we'll see if Donnie Kite can pick up on the second lap now. He doesn't have that run coming to the line. He's gonna run the high side in 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, he's gonna try and get a big arc. I don't know if it can work, but across the line, a 14.631. He will not improve. So Donnie Kite puts it P7 on the chart, and he will start 7th tonight. There's only one driver yet to the time of Track Trevino, but he's not in the session, and now he does not have enough time to get back in. So Josh Arnold will be on the pole tonight, and a very important one for him.
Yeah, super important here as he's battling for the quarter one finale. So we'll see how it plays out for him here. As it looks like he's gonna get pole position, as you said, here at Bristol, which is a pretty important track position racetrack.
The problem is he's 18 points behind, so he's gonna need a lot of help tonight after last week. He lost a good chunk of points to Mark Kissweather. We'll see if he can pull back that 18-point gap tonight. You have to hope for a good run through the stage and a good night tonight. But now, as we move on to the grid, let's take a quick look at tonight's starting lineup for tonight's 200-lap race here at Bristol. Josh Arnold starting on the pole with a time of 14.306. Alongside him will be the 12 machine of Josh Adams. Mark Kissweather, the points leader so far, looking to get the quarter one championship tonight. He'll start 3rd in that 15 machine. Cole Steiner will start 4th. Giovanni Klein will start 5th in that 5 machine. Christian Surratt will start 6th in the 39 machine. Donnie Kite, we just saw him set his lap. He'll start 7th in that 2 machine tonight. Jared Skinner will start alongside him in the 60 machine, MP number 8. Nathan Johnson will start 9th in the 76 machine. Alongside him will be the 55 of Ruben Rodas, running out our top 10. Hunter Jr. will start 11th in the 9 machine. Dylan Chappell will start 12th. And the final driver to set a lap time in qualifying is 51 machine of Jacob Wilson, starting 13th tonight. And last driver running our field will be the 14 of Zachary, 16 machine of Jackie Trevino if he joins back. But 200 laps tonight, and this can be a very long race, depending on if we get a lot of cautions. It could be kind of a toss-up race, really. Like you see as a plate race, just unpredictable. It can become that, but we'll see if we'll get a lot of cautions tonight. But we do have that one caution for the stage as well. Trying to get that stage race info here.
He'll be on lap number 50 out of 200 in total. So pretty long green flag run here. The beginning, if we stay green, so 50 laps at Bristol will go by quick though. Overall, pretty long on the tires.
Yeah, 50 laps on the tires, definitely a long way on the tires, and we'll see if these drivers get really tight, burning up that right front. But also keep in mind, maybe a pit stop in that final stage. You can see maybe a 2-stop strategy. Maybe there's only 75% fuel. That's probably about 75 to 80 laps on fuel, maybe a little bit shorter. We'll see everyone going to single file here. So to grid up, to see if they come down pit road. They did do this to start the season, but also another interesting note tonight, dual pit roads is what we normally see, a single pit road, but tonight we have dual pit roads, but everyone is on, it's only 14 drivers, everyone is on the front stretch pit road. So that does mean there'll be less time lost during green flag stops, so that could open up maybe an extra stop in that final stage for tires.
Yeah, I mean, in these next gens we've seen for most of these races, that 2-tire strategy has been the best strategy so far. I probably will see that some tonight too, especially if we go green for a while. Green flag pit stops here at Bristol. You lose a lot of time on pit lane, so if you can save 5-6 seconds on pit lane, taking 2 tires only, that's definitely a gamble you want to try to risk right there.
Yeah, we'll see if the 2 tires work. We've seen it work before here at Bristol, here on the channel before, and the NAR Cup Series. They had a little bit shorter run though in that final stage. They did have 2 stages, and it was just slightly shorter in that final run. But we'll see if these drivers play similar strategies tonight as well. But the pace car, with the lights off on the iRacing pace car, everyone doubling up behind as they're going to roll slowly, work their way now to the Geico restart zone as we're getting ready for the final race of the quarter. And who will be able to pick up the quarter 1 championship? Will it be Josh Arnold? Will he be able to make up 18 points on Mark Kissweather, starting right behind him there in P3? Mark Kissweather, hold on and pick up the quarter 1 championship. We'll find out in 200 laps time. The pace car takes the hard left turn on the pit road, and we are underway here from Bristol. Lap number 1, Josh Adams able to get a great start, and he's going to be clear for the lead by a good bit as Josh Arnold trying to fight off Cole Snyder there in P number 2. Martin Kissweather falling back very quickly. That's what he saw. That's what he saw though in the NAR Cup Series. He fell back hard very quickly, saved his tires, and started. It was pretty much a rocket ship after about 25 laps. We'll see if Mark Kissweather, he has this long road speed like he has before, but now this track did get updated from that time, so see if it handles a little bit differently. The setup builds tighter, maybe looser. We'll see if anything changes tonight. But right now, Josh Arnold looking for the race lead now on Josh Adams. Wants to get the lead back. Looks on the outside. Going to stay on the outside, the high rank of Bristol.
Oh, in the wall.
Get the run off the corner. Going to hit the wall too. He's going to be okay, but he's going to clear for the lead as Josh Adams sits down into second. Stays on that bottom lane.
As side by side mid-pack here, Nathan Johnson clear of them behind as Jared Skinner on the outside lane. One of the only drivers on the outside, everyone else on the inside saving some tires. So these guys really trying to hard save here early on in this one.
You know, in this stage, you want to make them last as long as possible. 50 laps doesn't sound like a lot here at Bristol, but just the load on the tires through the corners, carrying so much speed on the high bank concrete, just rips the tires apart, especially fresh concrete, but they do have a good bit of rubber laid down from practice, so it shouldn't be too bad too quickly, but we'll see how well these drivers can save those tires. But you see most of the drivers staying pretty much just under the middle of the racetrack. You have a couple drivers running the middle lane, and most of the drivers running right on that, painting that yellow line there on the bottom.
The top two are gone from the rest of the field. Josh Arnold and Josh Adams, the two Joshes, gone from Cole Center, who's in third place, about 2 seconds back from Josh Adams in second.
Yeah, they both had a rocket of a start, and they both kind of ran the top, but trying to get away a little bit, and then they went to the bottom after Arnold got by him. But Dylan Chapel, big loose off of turn 4 there, all the way down to the apron. To be able to hold on to it, moves back into 13th, but big save for that 99 machine.
Oh, almost collected a few other drivers. Luckily, no one got too badly damaged. I think Javon Klein may have creeped by on the right side, but he's okay in 11.
See if he can cover from that and close that gap down, but he's really far behind now compared to the rest of the field. But so far, these top two have been dominant all night long, as only 13 laps into this race. These two out to a 2-second lead, running the bottom now. We'll see if those tires really start to bite them here soon. They have a big gap, but do have one driver come off the road there as lapping, so one driver did have to come off the road.
Ruben Rodas down pit lane. I think he has some major tire damage. Not sure exactly what happened to him. Let's take a quick replay of that one.
Man, something that's similar to Dylan Chapel. Got loose off the corners and hit the inside wall. And
a hard lick.
Hard in the inside wall. Then takes the left front pretty much off the car.
And no fast repair for that driver, so he's got coming up pit lane. His night's gonna be over early on this one.
Let's see, he does not have a meeple flag, so he can get it fixed, but he's pretty much, his chances of doing anything are pretty much going to be out of the question because he's going to lose so many laps on pit road. But Josh Adams looking for the lead on Josh Arnold, starting to close that gap now. As he's staying to the bottom, and Arnold goes to the top to defend. You try to pull away a little bit. Use a little bit more of that tire on the outside lane. As now Arnold able to pull away by a couple car lengths up to about 3/4 of a second lead, as he's just using the outside lane to his advantage. Battle back here for about 4th as now Mark Kissweather starting to come alive. He's using that outside lane to his advantage. Starting to get by this traffic that he fell back on the very start.
They are up to 4th place now. He's trying to close in on Cole Sander ahead. As most of the field settle into this one, 20 laps into it. These laps have kind of flown by already. They're almost to the halfway point of stage 1.
And this lap's ticking off very quickly here, but starting to see the tire starting to come into factor as Mark Kissweather moved up to 4th very quickly. As Josh Arnold just hoping he can go out there and win the stage, and Mark Kissweather does not gain any more time. Gain some more points, but Nathan Johnson on the outside of Donnie Kite able to get clear there off of turn number 4.
We go back out front halfway through this one already. Lap 25, 26 to go technically, but like I mentioned, this thing has flown by, it feels like here. As the field is pretty spread out already. I mean, we have a few battles. Nathan Johnson, Jared Skinner, Donnie Kite kind of in the mix here for now. As here comes Nathan Johnson, the inside of Donnie Kite for a 5th place spot.
There's Nathan Johnson on the inside. Able to clear Jared Skinner.
Here comes
off of
Giovanni Klein.
Yeah, Giovanni Klein coming into that battle as well.
Big run off for turn 4. He's really ripping the top side now. Seems like he's found something up there, some grip for that 5 machine.
They're starting to close that gap in now. Giovanni Klein trying to get by some of these drivers.
Now working the inside of Nathan Johnson. Giovanni Klein using all these different lanes, the top, the bottom, the middle. He's at clear for 5th. Oh, Moses contact made. He got loose, and Nathan Johnson around right in front of Donnie Kite and hard on the outside wall and entering turn 3.
That's going to be our first caution of the night.
As we kind of saw.
First caution of the night strikes on lap number 30. So now we can see some split strategies here for the stage. Hey, Josh Arnold, he's going to come down pit road. Mark Kissweather comes out as well, following Josh Arnold, but a lot of drivers staying out of the racetrack. They do have 4 extra sets, so it is kind of early to pit for those tires.
Yes, Arnold pits from the lead. I mean, I don't know if you want to give that track position for just 30 lap old tires at Bristol. I don't think the fall off is good, that big enough to take that risk right there.
Now we'll see though. I mean, it will be about 15 laps. We'll see how big the tire advantage will be for those drivers. Could work out for them. Josh Arnold currently leading. . So Josh Arnold will cycle back into about P8. So let's see how well he can work his way up. So Josh Adams going to take the outside lane. Josh Arnold, he'll actually start at about 9th. He'll start 9th on the inside lane, and Mark Kissel will be right behind him. So we'll see how well they can cut through the field here very fast. Pace car's off, and we're back underway here from Bristol.
Adams with a great start there. Snyder and Kite follow suit. Divine Klein still in 4th place. Jacob Wilson up to fifth now. We'll see how these newer tires handle here in mid-pack. Arnold already up to 8th, almost up to 7th now. There's only 15 laps to go for this stage, now 14 now. As here comes Sarah, he's running the top side, trying to make something work here on Josh Adams, trying to catch him up quickly. Josh
Arnold goes around off turn 4 as he tried to split it 3 wide middle, trying to make some ground back up, and that sent him around. And
don't think he had damage.
Yeah, just went for a spin. That is not what Josh Arnold needed. He got a little aggressive on the tires, trying to get some extra stage points on Mark Kissweather. Just went to the middle 3 wide here with Jacob Wilson and Chris Surratt.
Got loose, I think.
And just got loose, and Surratt just kind of nowhere to go, and just hit him and turned him around. Surratt also went sideways, but he was able to save it. Mark Kissweather nowhere to go there as well.
Didn't hit anything, so just a lot of tire smoke, and probably burnt up those tires that he just put on and wore them out big time, which is really unfortunate because he only has 3 extra sets left. And I mean, he could try to flip the stage here and stay out, but his tires are gonna be a lot worn than a lot of other drivers, just from not spinning right there on the front straightaway.
Yeah, and another one I just saw coming out pit road, Jared Skinner coming out pit road. So we can see any of these drivers trying to flip the stage here. Now, there's gonna have to be a final pit stop if you're not really looking for stage points, just trying to get a good finish tonight, go out there and win the race. Put yourself up front and get that track position with us, flipping the stage a little bit, and just really baby it in this final few laps of the stage, and just make sure they're not put anywhere on your tires at all.
As it's gonna be around an 7-8 lap shootout here for the stage. Adams right now in a good spot right here, and Kissweather in 7th place with those new tires. He's also in a pretty good spot if he can make up 3-4 positions here. Maybe a little bit too eager right there, but I think he can definitely make a round 2, at least get up to the top 5 spots, and maybe not 3 or 4, but I mean, with those fresher tires, he's already made his way up to 7th. So I think he can definitely pick off 2 more drivers up here and maybe get some more stage points for this quarter 1 finale championship.
Yeah, and I think Mark Kissweather looking very good to pick up this championship. He gained a lot of points of what he needed last week. Now the pace car they're gonna double it back up. The pace car gonna take that hard left turn onto pit road with 8 laps to go here in the stage. Who can pick up the most amount of points? But the pace car's off. Green flag back in the air. 8 to go here for the stage. Josh Adams in the lead. Ronnie Klein was in second, but now Cole Steiner clears for second on Giovanni Klein. As Klein trying to make some moves up on the outside lane. Jacob Wilson as well. Martin Kissweather, he's clearing in front of Josh Arnold now. He's going to work his way through the field quickly. He wants some extra stage points, but he's trying to get through there. But everyone moves to the top, so it's going to be very hard to get by some of these drivers now.
Yeah, but now is the outside Mark Kissweather, which is the driver he needs to beat. But he's kind of just boxed in. Both of them are. Ooh, Arnold on the outside wall, loose again. I think he's just over-driving right now this race car with those colder tires. Yes, here comes Kissweather.
Over-driving is very easy to do.
Kissweather trying to get the outside of Jacob Wilson, not able to do so yet. They're still running the top side, but these guys are just kind of boxed in right now. Not able to go bottom, not really able to go top. Just kind of stuck behind some drivers with older tires. As he's forcing his way to the top side, there's not enough. As here comes Arnold now with a huge run off of turn 2. As 2.5 laps to go in the stage, Arnold loose once again off of turn 2. We'll see if he can make the move on Kissweather. As these guys, like I mentioned, just boxed in a bad spot. Oh, they both get loose. As there goes Mark Kissweather up to 5th. And as you look him to 4th, and he's up to 4th place. Kissweather with some good stage points here late in this one. Comes to the white flag.
Yeah, white flag, 1 to go for the stage. As now Josh Adams holds the lead over Cole Steiner, but Josh Arnold trying to get some extra stage points, trying to stay closer to Mark Kissweather, but he's going to lose out. But off of turn 4, Josh Adams, he's got Cole Steiner behind him, but not close enough to pass him. Josh Adams picks up stage number 1. We'll have our final stage go to the finish of the race. So Mark Kissweather able to pick up an extra stage point over Josh Arnold, and that is going to be big, as now Arnold's going to have to get another bigger point going into the race.
Yeah, he's got to beat him more on the racetrack in the final stage here. Not really able to gain anything during this stage, unfortunately, for him. As everyone down pit lane here. Not really too surprising, but Kissweather and Skinner staying out, which they pitted about 20 and 13 laps ago, respectively. As Josh Adams first one off pit lane, as Josh Arnold fixing some damage here. So now Kissweather takes the race lead for this second stage of the race.
Just doing a little bit of math there after that, so assuming Mark Kissweather would gain, I think, a point from the stage. So it should be around 19 to 20 points gap now for Mark Kissweather over Josh Arnold. So Josh Arnold would have to win the race, assuming there's no bonus points and the stage points deficit already being accounted for. You'd have to win the race, and Mark Kissweather would have to finish 6th or worse in order for Josh Arnold to pick up the Q1 championship. So as long as he finishes in the top 6 tonight, he is going to be the Q1 championship, Q1 champion. But he currently is the leader, but the pace car turns off onto the racetrack. Pace car is off the green flag, back in the air here at Bristol as we start the final stage with 145 laps to go. We'll see how this works out for the final, for the champion, season 1, quarter 1 championship. Josh Arnold's going to have to win this race if he wants a shot. He's going to have to work his way all the way from back of the field. As everyone's just trying to get to the bottom quickly and save their tires as much as possible.
Josh Arnold all the way in 12th place. I think he fixed most, if not all, of his damage there. Was in the pit lane twice during that last yellow flag for the stage, trying to fix as much damage as he could. So we'll see how much time he can gain. But right now, Kissingweather looking good out front.
Yeah, and he's not really backing off too much. What it seems like normally when he starts around right third or fourth. Started third earlier in the race. He fell back very quickly, just trying to save his tires. But it looks like everyone else is kind of doing the same. Or he's just kind of pushing a little bit up front, a little bit more, just trying to maybe hold the race lead. But he's staying up in first right now, up front. As Giovanni Klein sitting there in second, saving tires as well. But the first battle side by side for fourth between Josh Adams and Jared Skinner.
Side by side, Adams and the bottom, Skinner up top. And Adams is going to take that position up to fourth, and right ahead of him is Jacob Wilson at third place spot.
Jacob Wilson on the outside trying to hold on, wanting to hold on to third here. He moves back to the top lane, trying to fend off Josh Adams on the bottom. He will clear. Josh Adams falling a little bit behind Jacob Wilson now. Wilson able to pull it away just by a few car lengths. Running the outside lane, he's still staying up there.
As Josh Arnold still in 12th place. Because he might. Let's see if he's saving some fuel here. I mean, that would be unlikely though.
Save that much fuel. He's just backing up, really trying to save these tires.
Yeah, he's just really being conservative.
Spun on them once, unless he took more.
He did take another set of tires during the last pit stop. But here comes Giovanni Klein, catching up to Mark Kissingweather for the race lead here.
So closing it down, Giovanni Klein trying to get by Mark Kissingweather for the race lead. As Kissingweather's really started to back off, saving his tires. Oh, Mark Kissingweather a little loose off of turn 4 there. To hold on to it is now Giovanni Klein, not being aggressive to try and get by here.
Wilson and Adams catching up really quick here. I think the top two started the tire save after pushing a little bit. Here comes Wilson to the top side. Gonna try to take the second away from Giovanni Klein.
Giovanni Klein shuts the door off of turn number 2 there. Now into 3 and 4. Wilson gonna be able to get them nose up there. He pull alongside Giovanni Klein for that second place spot. Gonna get run off of turn number 2. Gonna clear Giovanni Klein going down to the 3. He's gonna stick up top though. Once this race lead away from Mark Kissingweather. He's gonna get alongside off of turn 4 here. We'll see if he can get him down to the 1.
So side by side turn 1 and 2. Wilson with a huge run off of turn 2. He's got a clear Kissingweather easily. A new race leader, Jacob Wilson, out in front. Almost. It's the top 4 have really pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, it looks like Kissingweather just kind of let him go there once he knew Wilson was on the top and just trying to save the tires as much as possible. Josh Arnold, he's moved up to 10th now. As he got by Christian Zarat. But now Giovanni Klein going to take advantage. He's going to try and get by Mark Kissingweather as well.
There's a big run now to the inside Wilson for the race lead. Slide job and Klein clears. Watch for the crossover on off of turn 4. Klein now takes the race lead for the first time here tonight on lap 75.
Yeah, great move there for Giovanni Klein. Got the run of the high lane, dove down to the bottom, and now he takes the race lead as Josh Jacob Wilson sitting, kind of running the middle of the racetrack, is now Mark Kissweather to the top lane. He wants the race lead back, doesn't want to lose that track position. Knowing he needs the points, but right now Mark Kissweather, now he moves back to the bottom as he uses the outside lane to kind of burn up his tire, use a little bit of his tires, and try and clear Jacob Wilson back as Wilson's now starting to fall back.
Yeah, I wonder how big the dirty air effect here is at Bristol. In real life, I know it's pretty apparent here at the high-speed half-mile racetrack. But iRacing, a little bit less, I feel like, but definitely still some effect here. As I think, kind of following the leader, you burn up a little bit of your tires behind someone rather than in clean air. Out here for 6th place, Hunter Sr. and Jared Skinner, side by side behind them, Cole Sanger and Nathan Johnson.
Senior now on the bottom. Jared's getting on the outside lane, using his tires to what he needs of them. The Skinner going to be able to clear Hunter Senior on the bottom. Nathan Johnson right behind them, all here. But Josh Arnold really far back from these guys. Josh Arnold 8 seconds off our race leader of Giovanni Klein. So I wonder just if Josh Arnold's really struggling now. Try to save a lot of these tires, maybe try to stretch it all the way. Some of these guys could try and make a two-stop.
As Kissweather does have the oldest tires on the field. Last time they pitted was 50 laps ago. Compared to everyone else they pitted on during the stage caution 30 laps ago. That's definitely something you could be seeing here, as Kissweather falling back quite a bit from Giovanni Klein now, almost a second back from a race leader.
He's starting to fall back now.
Side by side for 4th place, Jacob Wilson and Dylan Chappell now up to 4th. That 99 machine. As 2x2s, here comes big run. Cole Sanders going to split middle 3 wide. He's going to clear both of them. What a move from about 24. As we'll contact even more Hunter Sr. and Nathan Johnson on the entry of turn 3. As they single file back out here for around 7th and 8th and 9th place.
Yeah, but Nathan Johnson is still trying to hold the bottom of Hunter Sr. now. He's trying to use the buzz to his advantage, use those tires. Now Nathan Johnson going to be able to clear both of them, as now the tires really start to come in.
Kissweather is struggling big time now in the outside wall down the 4th place, outside the top 3 spot. This is maybe what Josh Arnold needs, as he's really in 10th place, saving those tires pretty hard, it seems like.
Yeah, he's lost maybe about 0.7 of a second since I last mentioned. He was about 8 seconds back, so he hasn't really lost much more time. Just kind of sitting there, biding his time, saving his tires, just hoping everyone else in front of him just really starts to burn up their tires. Mark Kissweather really struggling, staying in 4th now. That's still plenty enough. I mean, as long as Mark Kissweather finishes in the top 5, he is fine. For Josh Arnold, he'll need him to finish about 7th, but also Josh Arnold needs to win the race, so and Mark Kissweather finish outside the top 6. So where Josh Arnold needs to gain a lot more time, he's going to have to hope Mark Kissweather maybe finishes 12th or 13th, if he 11th or 12th, if Josh Arnold's going to get by him and not win the race. See how the points shake out, but Mark Kissweather holding the leads, holding the points lead so far, sitting there in 4th. Johnny Klein holds the lead. Josh Adams trying to chase them back down now. As Klein moved to the top a few laps ago. Is now Adams still sticking on the bottom. We'll closing on the halfway point of this race.
As Divine Klein doing a good job right now managing the gap, lap traffic up ahead. Ruben Rodas on the inside, giving Klein the outside lane. As Josh Adams has kind of stayed around half a second back from Klein for now. As lap traffic in the way right in front of Josh Adams. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. Loses about 2/10 there in 3 and 4. Not what Adams needed there on the bottom lane.
That slowed him down, but with that, we did restart with about 145 to go. If you want to make a 2-stop strategy, if the tire was really far off, but so far these drivers, I mean, Josh Adams is still running 15.2, so not much farther off. Maybe only a second off the pace than the normal pace. So the tires not really falling off a whole bunch. So maybe the 2-stop strategy might just not have a fall off to work, but we could see that some people try it here soon. Because it can happen with this front stretch. You only lose about maybe 1 or 2 laps fitting on the front stretch, which you can easily make back up very quickly, knowing how short of a lap this is here.
Yeah, I mean, I think even though I think tire wear isn't big enough to make a 2-stop strategy, I think 1 stop, if some drivers can do it, as Mark Kissenweather, since he pitted so early, he might not be able to do a one-stop strategy. He pitted 68 laps ago, so I think it's going to be pretty close for him to do a 1-stop strategy here in this one, which would really hurt his championship chances. But we'll have to see how long they can actually go and fuel complete lap-wise with all the cautions that they did have.
I don't think they'll have to do a 1-stop. I mean, it could have been close on a 2-stop strategy, on a 1-stop strategy. Don't really know the exact fuel number we had. Just assumed it was around 75 to 80 laps. Assuming the normal tank, a normal tank gets you about maybe 120, 130. It's about 75%, so.
Yes, Kissenweather, I think that's the driver we need to keep an eye on, because he's gonna have to be the first one to pit. He's, like I mentioned, 20 laps older tires, 20 laps more on this fuel. So if he pits, we'll kind of know the rough estimate there, as he's working lap 72 right now. And also he did have a few caution laps during those 72 laps, so I mean, he could maybe saved a few laps of extra fuel then, but still, that's roughly around when everyone else will probably have to pit.
Yeah, and he's really starting to struggle now, but Josh Arnold, he's moved up to 7. So he's running a great run so far. He's closing down that gap to Mark Kissenweather. Kissenweather really struggling on those tires. Josh Arnold able almost up to Mark Kissenweather. If he gain a few more spots, he'll be gaining points on him, but he's going to have to gain a lot more if he wants to try and get this Q1 championship back.
Yep, as Josh Adams is closing the gap on Giovanni Klein. The gap now 3/10 between these two, as Adams is ripping the inside, Klein ripping the middle to top. I think Adams has saved his tires a little bit better than Klein here. That's kind of showing right now, later in this run.
And Josh Adams closing that gap to our race later. He's looking to the bottom as Klein now starting to struggle in that outside lane. As this here's Josh Arnold able to get by Nathan Johnson, able to get up to 6th. His next car in sight is Mark Kissenweather, the car he needs to beat. But the battle for the race lead still heating up as Giovanni Klein just defending as much as he can on the top. Those tires are starting to fall off big time. We'll see how early he'll come into pit road. So we started with just 145 to go, so halfway in the run would be about 70 to go. 70 to 75 to go. So we'll see these drivers probably come down soon, about 15, 20 laps. If anyone tries to stretch it big time.
As Adams trying to get around Klein on the inside lane, just not having much success these last 2 laps. As Klein just gets such a good run off these exits of the corners of turn 2 and turn 4. Adams unable to complete the move. He's gonna have to try to pretty much slide job his way in front of Giovanni Klein if he wants to really make it stick.
He's just not getting alongside off the corner yet. If he does there, that would be a big progress and allow him to side draft and just look at it back on the straightaway. Josh Adams just keeping calm down on the bottom, and that's what you need to do when you're trying to pass someone. Maybe on older tires on the outside lane, you just gotta stay calm on the bottom. Don't over push yourself, because then you'll burn up your tires trying to pass him. He's He's just staying calm, just letting the inside lane come to him, as the outside lane is going to just fall back more and more as Giovanni Klein's just pushing as much as he can on the outside lane. As now here goes off in turn 2. He's got the run down to the bottom. Clear going into 3. He's just going to take his time, be patient on the bottom. Eventually he'll get out, he'll get clear, but they stay side by side as Klein's still working the outside lane.
They're doing a great job defending right now, but I think it's a matter of time before Adams gets clear of him. As Josh Arnold coming down pit lane, first driver in the box.
Early stop. There'll be about 85 to go.
As actually no, his wheels broke, I believe. He has some damage there on his right side. Look at that. I believe he has some damage on his right front wheel. I believe.
Doesn't have any B-ball flag. He's just a normal pit stop. Don't think he's got any damage.
Looks kind of towed out a little bit there, but maybe that's just a setup wise. Is that off pit lane he goes? So it wasn't just a normal stop. I guess I just kind of saw it wrong, but very early pit stop though from this 22 machine. Kind of surprising with how much he was saving, it seems like, as Jacob Wilson on pit lane, Jared Skin also on pit lane.
I gotta mention, I mean, that's kind of an early stop. He could try a 2-tire strategy here. I mean, well, maybe a 2-tire strategy, a 2-stop strategy. Maybe he takes 2 tires in that final stop. That might honestly help. But he could try something like that, just knowing you're about a 1.5 seconds off pace now as Josh Adams now takes the race lead over Giovanni Klein. As Giovanni Klein really falling off hard, but it's about a 1.5 seconds fall off. That's only going to be about 15 laps until he unlaps himself one time. He can do it again, so only be about 2 laps behind.
Out pit lane. Was locked up a little bit, got a little loose, but managed to keep it under control. Very slow entry though, as the yellow cone is on the right there, and he was really slow even before that.
So could maybe they might have to pit maybe twice here, but Martin Kissweather, he's still staying on the racetrack, and he's staying very long.
He's been 90 laps on these tires in this fuel tank, so I think you can go pretty long on this fuel and tires. But surprising, I'm kind of surprised these guys are pitting so early.
Some of them might be trying a 2-stop strategy here, knowing it's only going to be the one pit road there.
As Donnie Kite down pit lane. Josh Adams still the race leader here with 75 to go on lap 126 of this 200 lap race. And here comes Mark Kissweather down pit lane. So he went 93 laps right there. So I mean, it seems like you can do a 1-stop from here on out. You don't need to do a 2-stop, but maybe strategy wise, some drivers are gonna do a 2-stop strategy here late in this one.
So we'll see where Josh Arnold, where he will cycle out. He's going to be able to jump Martin Kissweather. But we'll see if Martin Kissweather, if he can gain a lot of time back. As now Josh Arnold just getting by Kissweather there. As actually Kissweather just going off pit road. So Josh Arnold able to get the undercut and maybe gain some time, but not a whole bunch compared to Martin Kissweather. Kissweather is right behind him. They have Jacob Wilson between them.
As Giovanni Klein and Donnie Kite took 2 tires on that pit stop. So, something to note there.
And right now, Giovanni Klein, only 1 lap down compared to everyone else too. So if caution does come out, they'll be able to maybe take the wave around and get back on lead lap. And all these drivers, even if they take the wave around, they'll be trapped another lap down. Josh Adams staying on the racetrack, really stretching this far. Right now, Josh Arnold sitting in 8th. Oh, but Mark Kissweather, it's a big loose off of turn number 2. He's going to lose a lot of time he's now on the apron. He's lost a lot of time there, got really loose off turn 2. That is big time loss that could cost him the quarter-one championship if we stay green. That could be enough time loss that did lose him another spot to Nathan Johnson. That could be big, as now that's going to allow Josh Arnold to have a little bit more buffer
Yeah, we still have a long
Now,
way
he's
left
shut
in
over
this
by Cole
one.
Snyder here.
68 laps to go, so will we see a two-stop strategy from some of these drivers? As Cole Snyder on pit lane, as you mentioned, Josh Adams, I believe the last driver to have not pit.
Surratt is
Maybe.
not
No.
taking out pit road yet either.
Surratt,
So Josh
yeah.
Adams, Chris Surratt. The only two yet to pit is Dylan Chappell, Cole Snyder just come down pit road. So let's cycle out here. So we'll see when Adams and Surratt will pit is. They're going to have to pit very soon. Here comes Adams. He's going to come down pit road from the race lead. Surratt, we'll see 10 seconds back. We'll see where he cycles out. But Giovanni Klein already back on the lap. So Giovanni Klein, big game. He's also on 2 tires. He can kind as well. But we'll see how quick they can get back on the lap. But here comes Chris Surratt off the turn 4. He inherits the race lead, yet to pit still. We'll see if Giovanni Klein can actually close the gap down. He's only 2 seconds back now on 2 tires. We'll see if he can get the race lead before Surratt even pits.
Adams still in pit lane there. As Kite now goes by, remember he's also on 2 tires also. Same with Giovanni Klein. So we'll see how this all cycles out. So contact there. It's Ruben Rodas and Christian Zerait.
So holds the middle of the track as Ruben's going to go down to the bottom. But here comes Giovanni Klein, the only driver on the lap that has pitted. That's Josh Adams. So actually Giovanni Klein a lap ahead of everybody. That's big gains there as now Giovanni Klein, race leader. Giovanni Klein just way out in front. He had a really big undercut. As Josh Adams, the next driver who did pit, a lap down. Him.
Wow. I mean, if he can stay green the rest of the way, it's going to be hard to catch up to Giovanni Klein if he can just save his tires right now. Because the last time Adams was only a 2/10 quicker than Klein, and at that rate, he's not going to catch him in the next 60 laps. We'll see how big the fall-off is here with 2 tires only.
You'll see he's still holding his big lead as now Josh Adams just gets back on the lead lap. Josh Adams was one of the last drivers to pit, so see how much he can gain.
Yeah, he's
out in front of most people.
As he has
drivers.
15 lap fresher tires, and Giovanni Klein also has 4 fresh tires compared to Klein's only 2 right side tires.
We'll see. So Adams gonna have to try to get moving here. He's gonna gain 14 seconds in 57 laps. We'll see if anyone tries a 2-stop strategy. But right now, Josh Arnold's sitting in 5th. He needs to gain a lot of time. He needs to get the race lead right now to beat Mark Kissweather. As Mark Kissweather moves up to 7th as he just passed Jacob Wilson. So right now, Mark Kissweather still holding the points lead.
There's a big battle here. Big group of guys all on the lead lap right now, or on the same lap, excuse me, right here, single file out, all on different tire strategies. So it's Kissweather in 6 as Jared Skinner goes another lap down. Johnny Kite right beside him, bound for position for his 5th place spot. And Josh Allen's right ahead in 4th.
So, yeah, Josh Allen's right there in 4th as Mark Kissweather gained a lot of time. Even after that big, almost big spin there he had, he's all the way up in front of Donnie Kite now, and he's closing the gap to Josh Arnold. So Josh Arnold doing all he can to try and pick up as much points as possible. Mark Kissweather just shadowing him perfect.
Here comes Kissweather to the inside of Josh Arnold for 4th. Side by side down the back straight into turn 3 and 4. And he's got clears. Ooh, they both got on the outside wall. A few other drivers on the outside wall. Nathan Johnson there. Off of turn 4, but they keep it clean here with 50 laps to go. 151 to go down. 50 laps to go here at the half-mile Bristol Motor Speedway.
Giovanni Klein holding the lead. He's got 11 seconds now 12 seconds. Chris Surratt. Is Surratt yet to pit still?
Yeah, he's got almost 100 laps, 98 laps for this 39 machine. Yeah, he'll have to pit here probably in the next, I would say, 5 laps. I mean, no one's been able to go more than 93 from what I've seen.
I think he's really just banking on a caution, hoping one comes out very quickly because he was very far back already. But Josh Adams out passing for position is now Adams only 11 seconds behind, but everyone else just slow after the pit stop. And Giovanni Klein is so far ahead.
There's one car on the apron there. It might be Jared Skinner, I believe. No, it is Jacob Wilson. No, Jacob Wilson's right there. Excuse me, sorry. As he, I think, damaged once again. Right front is destroyed there.
That's right. Zerard is down pit road now, so we'll see how much he can gain on the big overcut. He was already pretty much a lap behind. He's going to be close to 3 laps behind, which at a second and a half faster would only get him 2 laps back. So I don't think he can gain that time back. We'll see how much he can gain. Mark Kissweather up to 3rd. He's now going to go to the bottom. He's going to try to clear Giovanni Klein. As Klein is fighting hard to keep Kissweather a lap down. As Cole Snyder's there as well. They're both trying to get back on lead lap. But Klein is fighting hard. This is not going to help him as Adams is closing down big time.
Under 10 seconds now.
Yeah, it's now Kissweather on the outside lane trying to get back on the lead lap.
Oh, big cut. Whoa. Snyder just moves Giovanni Klein out of the way. He's had enough of him in 1 and 2 already. He absolutely sent him up the racetrack.
And now Dylan Chappell has to get by and unlap himself. But Josh Adams, the gap down this time by will be about 9.5 seconds. It was 8.7 at the line there. So Josh Adams really closing the gap now. The tires starting to come into play for that 12 machine. He's at a 7-second gap before Kissweather. We'll see if Kissweather can close that 7-second gap down to Josh Adams. We'll have a little bit of overcut if he can close that gap down. Giovanni Klein, he's losing time fast. He's still going to hold on for another 39 laps.
Yeah, I just don't think he'll be able to. I mean, 7.2 seconds is the gap now. We'll see, though. I mean, you never really know what could play out here. Late race caution, lap traffic also. And also, can Kissweather, Cole Snyder, Dylan Chappell, one of those drivers also maybe catch up to these drivers while they start battling each other for that first place spot? Might be a little bit of a stretch, though.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Mark Kissweather he's got better tires. We'll see if he can save his tires better. Josh Adams puts it down to 6.8 seconds at the line there. He is moving compared to Giovanni Klein, and he is closing that gap down quickly. As the laps are just ticking by very quickly for everybody trying to catch Giovanni Klein, but Giovanni Klein was just feeling like forever. Gap to 4.6. Just Adams about 3 to 4 tenths faster per lap. He's going to have some traffic to get through of Josh Arnold and Jared Skinner. Mark Kissweather, he's trying to hold off Cole Snyder in 3rd here, but they're not really gaining much time to Josh Adams. But Josh Adams, he's starting to slow now, catching Giovanni Klein. He's working as hard as he can, but we'll see if he can catch Giovanni Klein. Maybe can Klein hold on, maybe pick up the race win. It's going to be tight.
Josh Adams now 4.5 seconds back from Giovanni Klein. About straightaway and a half in between them for now. How long will it take for Josh Adams to catch up to him? He has 30 laps to do so. And I think he'll do it around 10 laps to go here in this one. Ooh, one car very loose. I think that is Christian Surratt right there. a 39 machine. It's Cole Steiner, Marcus Miller, third and fourth. Still kind of duking out. Dylan Chapel right there behind them, not too far back.
Cole Steiner able to get by Mark Kisswell. Mark Kisswell doing what he needs to do and just finish ahead of Josh Arnold. And so he'll no doubt, at this rate, he'll no doubt be our quarter one champion. Marcus just needs to make sure he can just finish tonight's race cleanly. The gap for the race lead now 4 seconds. Josh Adams, he's not losing time to the cars behind, but he's closing that gap slowly to the car ahead of Giovanni Klein. He's got some lap traffic to deal with. He's slowly working his way through, but the laps are ticking off quickly. 25 to go this time by for Giovanni Klein. He's losing that time, but he's got to hold off as much as he can. So Adams able to close the gap at a much quicker pace now. The gap 4 tenths of a second faster that last time by, and he's down to 2.5 seconds, much faster as Klein really struggling with the tires. He's right up against that wall. He's got Donnie Kate behind him, and he is just losing more and more time, lap after lap after lap, and Josh Adams hauling on the inside lane. Right now, he's going to be able to get there very quickly. This time by, gained about 3 tenths of a second. It's definitely going to be enough at this rate. Giovanni Klein just really struggling now.
It's one thing to catch him and it's another thing to pass him, but with how fast Josh Adams is going right now, I don't really think he's going to have a problem passing Giovanni Klein.
Klein is just hoping he finds more traffic struggles to get around him, and just holds him up a little bit more and more. It's going to be just trying to hold on to the lead as much as possible. That time by, Josh Adams, the gap is about 1.983, and it gained much there as he had to have Jacob Wilson go by on the outside lane. He's have a few more maybe to try and come through, but now 20 laps to go for Giovanni Klein. The gap down to 1.5 seconds for Josh Adams. He's quickly closing that gap, but now Giovanni Klein, he's got Donnie Kite, and now Jacob Wilson trying to get by him on the bottom.
Under 20 laps to go now, 19 to go. Giovanni Klein, Jacob Wilson, 3 wide now. Contact right underneath our race leader as Wilson goes by, but Giovanni Kite not able to get around. Ooh, party for the outside for. That was the Josh Arnold right there. As he pitted actually 8 laps ago.
Yeah, Josh Arnold took the 2-stop. We'll see how much he can gain.
I don't think he's got enough time to do anything, really.
Yeah, he's coming down to 2 laps down this time by. Christian Rotho, 1 lap down at 7. He's gaining as much as he can, but it's not a whole bunch. Might be able to unlap himself soon, but Josh Adams now under 1 second. He's just, honestly, for Giovanni Klein, he's had to hope to keep side by side with Donnie Kite and just block the track for Josh Adams. That's what he's gonna have. That's what he has to hope for. But Josh Adams on the bottom now. Giovanni Klein struggling, giving him the wall a little bit. It's Donnie Kite now to the bottom. He's gonna hope Donnie Kite just sticks to the bottom and just holds up Josh Adams as much as possible. But he's got to stay side by side with Donnie Kite, so he just blocks the track. I think that's Klein's best option.
Yeah, as he has no grip on those right side tires, are pretty much cooked right now. As Kite almost cleared for Giovanni Klein. As Adams is right to his inside lane, he's gonna blow by him here easily, I think.
And Giovanni Klein struggling tight off a 2, tapped the wall, and now Adams looks to the bottom of Donnie Kite. He's already clear of Giovanni Klein. Klein held him off as much as he possibly could, but now with 13 to go, it's all Adams out front. He's gonna try and pull away as much as possible. See if he can hold off Cole Snyder, as he's not even lost much time to Cole Snyder, as Cole Snyder struggled through traffic earlier. But Josh Adams now pulling away for the race lead. Just has 11 more laps to go this time by. He just trying to get it back to the checker.
Yeah, right now no one's really going to be able to catch up to Josh Adams here. As Giovanni Klein just kind of trying to stay in second for now. As Cole Snyder and Dylan Chapel about 7 seconds back here. They'll have to gain about 1 second a lap here on Giovanni Klein if they want a chance to get up to the top 2 spot in second. which is unlikely at the pace they're going. Let's get into the single digits now here, 9 to go.
Laps ticking by more and more. Donnie Kite now a lap down. Could lose a spot to Chris Surratt if he can gain, but it's just too much of a gap. But Josh Adams just staying on the bottom, saved his tires perfectly. Had a big enough lead to where he didn't lose too much time down pit road. As long as he gets back to the white flag, that's all he needs to do. Just hoping there isn't a caution. As Cole Snyder sitting in third, he's got Dylan Chappell right behind him. The battle for third heating up here late. As they're coming to 6 laps to go. Dylan Chappell on the outside, trying to get the clean air on the nose, but just can't go anywhere. Can't cut down under Cole Snyder just yet. Actually gets the wall a little bit. Actually helped him turn down the back straightaway. Does Chappell have anything for Snyder to pick up third? Trying to get there, but not enough.
Not really able to do much here. They're both trying the top side. They know the bottom's not going to be able. Not really good passing lane, especially when they're pretty much even on tires. They're both kind of just wall running right now at this point, trying to come home away with a decent finish. 4th place, still not bad for Dylan Chappell.
Yeah, just not enough. He's not going to be able to get by Cole Snyder, but 2 to go for our race leader of Josh Adams. As Josh Adams able to play the pit strategy perfectly. He doesn't have to worry about a caution out. He takes the white flag off of turn number 4. He got by, closed that gap down slowly but surely on Giovanni Klein. It took 2 and pit pretty early, but Josh Adams all by himself, all alone out front off of turn 4. He's going to pick up the quarter 1 finale. He wins at Bristol.
But more importantly, Mark Kissenweather, he's going to have to finish this lap right here, but he will win the quarter 1 championship unofficially by our results.
An 18-point gap over Josh Arnold. Gained points on the stage and finished in front of Josh Arnold. Will easily be the quarter 1 champion, but Josh Adams going to burn it down on the front straightaway. He'll be able to go to victory lane. That's already, but Mark Kissenweather celebrating on the front stretch as well. But while they celebrate, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our top 3 interviews and our interview for Mark Kissenweather, our quarter 1 champion.
JuicySpydrDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
Welcome back here to Bristol as we just wrapped up the 200 lap race here, and Josh Adams able to come out on top. Before we get to our interviews, let's take a quick look at tonight's finishing results here for the 200 lap race at Bristol. Is Josh Adams able to pick up the race win? Johnny Klein picks up second, Cole Snyder third, Dylan Chappell picks up fourth. Mark Kissweather rounds our top five, or the last driver finishing on the lap. Donnie Kite picks up P6, Christopher Ratt finishing 7th, Hunter Sr. finishing 8th, Nathan Johnson finishing 9th, and Josh Arnold running our top 10. Finishing 11th tonight was Jared Skinner, Jacob Wilson finishing 12th, Ruben Road is finishing 13th, and Zach Jr. rounds our 14 car field. Before we get to our top 3 interviews, we're going to bring in our 5th place finisher tonight, and our quarter 1 champion, Mark Kissweather, able to pick up the quarter 1 championship after a great, solid run last week to get the points lead, and able to just defend it tonight perfectly. How does it feel able to get the quarter 1 championship?
Oh, it feels great. It's always nice to win a championship. Couldn't really win the race though. Tire strategy just wasn't there for me. But it's nice to win a quarter 1 championship here.
Yeah, no, definitely great to win the quarter 1 championship. But how are you going to be able to kind of extend that in going into the rest of the season as well, and just able to kind of continue that momentum forward?
I'm just gonna keep trying to finish as high as possible and keep up with the strategy and make better decisions throughout the race and focus on stage points and stuff like that.
Be able to play the first 9 races perfectly to your advantage. We'll see if you can be able to continue that further. But before we send you off on your way, any folks looking for tonight's quarter 1 championship?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Pizza and Wings Gaming, Cheesy Designs, and BWR Racing.
Once again, congrats on your quarter 1 championship.
Thank you.
Smart Kissweather, our quarter 1 champion. We'll bring in our race winner now of Josh Adams. He burned it out of the front stretch. Didn't go to victory lane, but he was able to get the race win and burned it down in a spectacular fashion. A great race driven by you. You're able to play the pit strategy perfectly. What was your game plan going into the strategy tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what the game plan was going to be because I would have never guessed we would have went green to the end. But after those guys started pitting, I just kind of wanted to be the last one. I thought Giovanni pitted too early. So like I didn't want to be on defense at the end. If I stayed out long enough, I would be on offense, and that's what happened. That's what won me the race.
Yeah, you were able to gain so much time compared to everyone else on pit road, and just how tough was it to get on pit roads tonight, knowing just getting off the big high banks Bristol and just getting down on the apron?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. You got to get down to like 40 miles per hour, and got to remember that we were just going down the front straightaway and not the back straightaway, with the 2 pit roads. So it's pretty tough, but I think everybody made it look pretty easy, probably for the most part.
Yeah, you're able to do it perfectly and able to get the win with your strategy. But before we send you off on your way, any songs to thank for tonight's race win?
Oh yeah, just everybody at JuicySpydr, NJB Designs for making us look good. The High Side podcast on YouTube at JuicySpydr Network. Make sure everybody check that out. We got through episode 5 today, so that's going pretty good. So then, Donnie for putting this together. I came in. I had the night free, so I just came in and raced and had fun.
Yep, able to pick up the win, and congrats on the win. We'll see you throughout the rest of the next season.
Thank you.
So That was our race winner of Josh Adams. We'll bring in our second place finisher of Giovanni Klein. He almost had it there, just lost the lead with about 10 laps to go. What was your game plan through that strategy? What do you think you could have done differently to maybe pick up the race win?
Honestly, I think just saving more tire before that pit stop. That's why I saw him pass the 12 car pass me. I was like, I gotta pit here. It's my only shot. And dang, I was so close. I was a little frustrated at the end. I was like, dang, I wish I saved tires at that first run just so I can push a little bit more for that second run not to be as long. But hey, it was good racing.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch you try to hold off as much as you could, but you looked kind of just tight up on the outside lane. Just how did the tire wear really make the car handle tonight? Was it really tight or really loose? And just how did it feel to you?
I felt like I didn't have a right front. That thing was pushing. Near the start, I took 2 tires. I know taking tires kind of loosened it up. I was like, okay, this might help the long run because I know the car itself was just tight. So I was like, I'm going to loosen it up. And then it was just a little too short and just didn't have a right front at the end.
Yeah, and you're still able to hold on to second. You had a big gap to behind, and you're still able to pick up second tonight. Before we send you off on your way, any special thank for tonight's second place run?
Yes, I do. I want to thank myself, Cheesy Designs, and Pizza Wings Gaming.
Once again, congrats on your second place run, and good luck in the rest of the season. So that was our second place finisher of Giovanni Klein. We'll bring in our third place finisher of Cole Snyder. He was able to hold on to third there as he had Dylan Chappell hunting him down late in those final few laps. How are you able to hold off that 17 machine right behind you?
He's my teammate, so I was just begging him to just stay behind me the whole run. No, I just we both pit at the same time, so we had equal tires, and once he started running the top, I went to the top, and we were just laughing, having a good time, trying to race each other clean, and we did.
Yeah, and you were definitely running up there, and it seems like everyone was just struggling with the tires and getting tight up top. But just how tough was it out there in the past tonight? Once those tires kind of wore off with the outside lane, and just how tough was it out there, and how important do you think track position was tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure. You have to really save your tires at this track with the new tire model, and I guess they rescanned it, so it's a little newer. Still getting used to that, but yeah, you just wrap the bottom, save as much as you can. It's really fun to run the outside, and you're just not allowed, or you're gonna burn your tires up. So I just ran around the bottom pretty much the whole race until we started to pass people. Then he went up high, and I'm just happy to finish a Bristol race. I didn't have luck here in NAOR when we came here, and it was nice to actually put one together.
And you're able to hold on to third with the perfect strategy, and he's able to hold off your teammate for third. But before we send you off on your way, and something for tonight's third place run.
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting it. Awesome job all quarter. Shout out to Donnie for running this thing. My teammate Dylan and Pizza Wings Gaming. And everybody else. We didn't wreck tonight as much, and it was an actual nice, respectable Bristol race tonight. So shout out to everybody.
And once again, congrats on your third place finish. We'll see you rest of the season.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thanks.
So that was our third place finisher of Cole Snyder, able to pick up the final podium there, but it was definitely a fun race tonight. We saw a lot of tire strategy there late, a lot of fuel strategy, but just overall a good, clean, personal race, and Josh Adams able to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of strategy there. I mean, 2 tires stopped by Giovanni Klein. At one point, I thought there was no way Josh Adams could make up the gap, but he did pretty quickly. I mean, it took him quite a bit, but I mean, overall, I mean, once he got to him, we kind of knew his tires advantage was so much greater than Giovanni Klein's. That was not going to be that tough to get around him. And Klein still ended up finishing second, so a great run for him in that second place spot.
Yeah, he's able to hold on great, and he was able to get that race win, but send it off the quarter great with a win. And we'll have to see where they end up the rest of the season, as we'll see if we the plan was to not pick up the quarter 2, but we'll see. Hopefully we can, but we'll see. I can talk with Donnie later, but before we get coming up next on the Legends Racing Network, here tomorrow night, Monday night, we'll have the 5 Points Racing League race number 4 of the season. They'll be going to Sonoma 9 o'clock Eastern time. And also Tuesday night, we'll have the Bolt Racing League, Tuesday Night Thunder, Auto Club at 8:30, and then a little break Wednesday for the Superstar Cup. They'll be back in 2 weeks' time on the 26th. They'll be going to Pocono at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And on Saturday night, we'll have the Bullet Racing League Chase Race number 2 at New Hampshire in the Grand National Series, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll also have about another month and a half. We'll have the NRR Cup Series Season 6 starting up the first week of May. But definitely a fun, good bit of fun races coming up here on the channel soon. But it's definitely been fun broadcasting Stampede through this whole quarter. We'll see if we can pick up quarter 2, 3, and maybe the quarter 4 later in the year. But it's definitely fun to pick up all season long. And Mark Kiswinner able to pick up the quarter 1 championship. But so long here from Bristol. We'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.